Well, hello everybody. Welcome to another Facebook Live on Shower Door Professionals Group here. Yeah, every Wednesday we're here about 5:30 Pacific time, and we get together, talk about shower doors, talk about tips and tricks, the business, all kinds of stuff. So you can join us here in the Zoom room if you want to. Just go ahead to the Facebook page, and I've got this description post pinned, so you can just click on the link, come on in. See a lot of the regulars here. There's Steve Nunn over there. There's Tim Connell, Bill Dobman. It's always here. We even got Baba Tunde here.
Tunes.
Checking in, man. Good to see you, my brother. Robert Matheson. There's Bob Dugan, Billy Britt. Man, the gang's all here. How you guys doing?
Great.
Good.
Great.
Good.
You look
Good
marvelous.
Tunes got a beard going. What is this?
Just like
He's looking smooth. Smooth operator. Yeah, well, cool, man. I can't believe it's been a week already. It seems like it was just a couple of days since we were on last time. Yeah, last time I was having some technical difficulties. I kind of outgrew my computer and decided, crap, I need to get another desktop. I was trying to do it all off a laptop, which laptops nowadays are pretty good. They store quite a bit of stuff. They've got quite a bit of memory and everything, but it just wasn't quite enough. I was maxing it out. So I decided to get a desktop, set it up, and yeah, when it came time to do the live, I was just like, I couldn't get my camera to work, couldn't get the thing to stream to Facebook. So, but we got through it, right?
You got it.
Yeah.
Actually had a pretty good call, in my opinion. So anyway, hey Christina, good to see you again. Thanks for coming. So Bill had an idea for just talking about some kind of out of the box marketing ideas. So what are some things that you've tried, to do marketing, kind of do it maybe on the cheap, maybe like guerrilla marketing, something that you can do for next to nothing that maybe other people haven't thought of, and could bring you a little bit of visibility to your shop. And Bill Dobbin's always good at providing something. If he comes up with an idea, he'll always come up with an example. So there's something that he sent over. Let me go ahead and share this with you. So tell us about this, Bill.
All right, so I took a screenshot off our security cameras, but we always put a logo on the top of our vehicles, whether it's a sales vehicle or a service vehicle. Because down in Naples and Fort Myers, we do so much work in the high rises that the old people love to sit outside. We gotta mute somebody here.
Yep. They're not. Let's see. Trying to figure out who it is. Oh,
There we go.
Thanks.
So we do so much work with high rises, and the older people love to sit outside and see who's coming in for service providers. So it costs you next to nothing to put a logo on your roof of your vehicle. So, it might cost you 125 bucks. Well worth it.
Thank you, Brooke, for taking care of her.
Right. Let me see here. Sorry about that. I got a lot of noise. I'm gonna figure out who that is.
No.
iPhone Bob.
Yeah. Let me see. Yep. Sure enough, that's it.
Yeah, it's that one that gets highlighted there.
Yeah. Right.
There we go. So yeah, we've over the years we've done a whole lot of neat stuff, but I wanted to see what other people have, and if we don't have enough to talk about it, obviously I've got other stuff. I don't have it to share, but we can certainly talk about it. But I'd love to see what other people have done for marketing.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Here in Santa Cruz, I don't think we have many buildings much taller than like 2 or 3 floors. So,
Same here.
right?
Yeah.
So, but I mean, I could see in an area where you've got a lot of high rises. That's a great idea. I mean, people look down, they can't see anything except your logo.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Now, Tom Whitaker puts pretty good sized QR codes on the back of their vehicle, and people are using their cameras, and you're getting a video of the company. So the QR code will send their smartphone to a landing page, and then you can basically tell them about your company. So it's really a rolling movie screen, if you, so to speak. And that's an inexpensive thing that you can just attach to every vehicle. Years ago, people weren't familiar with how to use QR codes, but since COVID, everybody's using them.
Huh.
And it's just a really simple thing to do is just put that on your back of your truck or the side of your truck or your sales car. You can have people, you can direct them to a landing page and they can fill out an application right there for either employment or, to get an estimate if they see your car.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I really like those QR codes. They've been around for a long time and haven't really caught on until just recently. I think, like you're saying, with the recent developments, people have been kind of taking advantage of using those QR codes, and people are starting to understand how they work. So
Yeah.
it's a great time to kind of capitalize on that because you can have that QR code go to anything. You can go to a video, you can go to a page, and like Bill said, if you have it go to just a web page, you can always update that. So you don't have to change your QR code. You can just change the content, at that URL.
For us technologically challenged, how do you go about establishing a QR code and getting it going?
Okay, so any of you got a website now?
Yeah, absolutely.
Who developed your website?
I have a friend that does it right now.
The same guy will do your QR code. So
Okay.
whatever message you want, just tell him, and there's an app that they create the QR code. So what they do is they take your video or whatever you want to give them and assign it to that code. So when someone scans it, it's going to go to the landing page of that, whatever message you want to give them. So
You
whether
put that
want
on your website?
No. I'm just saying a guy that does your website is technologically able to create the QR code for it. You just go to your sign guy with that, or you can email your sign company or whoever does your truck lettering, the barcode, and they'll blow it up for you, put it on the truck. So all they're doing is taking what's normally a small QR code, blowing it up, putting it on your truck, and you could say, scan this for more information. Write that right on your truck. And then when they do it, you could basically do a 10-minute video if you want of all the shower doors that you sell, how to get a hold of you, a little insight of your company, pay somebody to come in and do a nice video of your company. It's an incredible marketing piece. And when you get tired of it, the beauty of it is you can keep the same QR code and just change the content on your landing page.
Okay, so it goes to a specific video.
Yeah.
Just one, not a menu or anything. It just goes to that specific video.
No, you can make it do whatever you want. You could have it go to a menu. You could have it go to your mobile website if you wanted to. You can basically have it do whatever you want.
Oh, cool.
You can have it to go to a menu. You can have it say, fill out this form for an estimate. You could say, fill out this form for a job. So whatever message you want. It's pretty easy.
Yeah.
It really is. I know, I don't know how to do it. So I'm just like you. I don't know how to do it, but I know how to use it and just find the right people to create it for you.
Yeah, I'm starting to work on some videos, and I'm getting my truck relettered, so
well worth
any
it.
little advantage you can get, I'm trying to establish myself here in the area a little better.
Yeah. I mean, you could just have it go to a radio commercial if you want, or, just whatever you want.
Has anybody done a billboard or TV advertising per chance?
I've done both.
How have those worked out for you?
Billboard, not that good. You get tied into a contract unless you're using the digital ones that you can take down quickly. Depends on your location. If you're on a digital one, what you are in a rotation, you might be one of 10, might be one of 12 ads up on that board. And then it's all in the timing on the traffic pattern. I go by digital ones all the time, and you only get to see one or two, and there's 12 up on there. So it's a crapshoot if people even see it. Television ads work, they really do, but it's an art that you got to figure out where to put it. I ended up paying more money and doing the local news, because you can go into cable, you go on HGTV, you can do whatever, try and pick TV shows like Jeopardy. So you got to know what your demographic is, your target market that you want to hit, find out what the shows they watch. And I find out that you can get on the early news before the networks come up at their 7 a.m. one. You can go on your local station and get like the 6:55 news break just before it goes to national. And you pay a lot less than paying on the national news, which still only gets broadcast locally. So you get on the local news at 5. Some of them have it at 4 in the afternoon, at 5. Try and get the weather, because the older people, that's generally our demographic, love the weather and they love the stock reports. So you just work with your TV rep and buy it there. TV ads work really good.
Okay,
I'm working
great.
on that myself right now.
And another suggestion I've done, so normally TVs you buy in 30-second increments, but there's such a thing as called a bookend. So you're breaking your 30 into 2 15s. And when you do that, you get the first one on the commercial break and the last one on the commercial break. That gives you your 30 seconds. So if you're watching a show, you're the first one on the break. And then when all those ads run, you're the last one before it goes back to the show. And that's what people do, is they take that break to go get a soda, coffee, go to bathroom or whatever. But at least you're getting them right off the break. So keep that in mind. Most stations offer that.
That's great.
Yeah, TV is good. It's really good, because we're a visual thing.
I would echo Bill's comment about the billboard also. We tried billboard years ago, and unless you're tracking every phone call, it didn't have much of an impact. We did radio and TV. I think TV was more effective. But I'll tell you, in our end of things, not that it's unique, because I'm sure you all do it, but we use vans, having that van with your phone number, whether it's your QR code, but pictures of the shower doors or big bold letters, custom shower enclosures. I've had people call me at a red light because they're behind me and they're calling on the phone. And that has been, without a question, the most effective form of advertising is vans. I have 7 vans. That's a rolling billboard everywhere you go.
Agreed. Us too.
Works great for me. I've been out of state working, and local people call me wanting to come by and have estimates done.
Yeah. And the big thing about the trucks are vitally important that they're clean. Matter of fact, on this Facebook group a few weeks ago, a lot of us sent in pictures of the particular trucks that we're driving. Like Brandon's, he's got a full wrap on his, and they look amazing. I used to do wraps, but when you start driving down the street and the trees scratch it, you ruin the wrap. It's expensive to keep changing them. So we went to just lettering. But you got to keep the trucks clean, because that's a reflection of your business. And I don't know how many times you're out on jobs. I know in Naples and Fort Myers, the older people, they love to come out to the driveway and look in your truck to see how it's kept. And if it's neat, they're very impressed. And if it's slobbish and your stuff is running everywhere, it's just a reflection on the whole company. But if you can keep it professional looking, it really tears their guard down. They're not as hard on you for whatever reason.
Yeah, I think the wraps are too busy. Keep it plain, the 55-mile-an-hour billboard, so people can see it, be pithy about it, get the message nice and bright. Wraps get a little too much too much on it.
Yeah, if you
many
do too
apps.
much, but to Mike's point there, a good picture of a good frameless shower door is very powerful.
Yeah.
It's very powerful. So
But if
a
it's
good
singular
photo,
and not like
yes, not too busy.
spread out on the side of the whole van. It's
Agreed.
just very, focus point.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, and it's different for different people, right? I mean, it depends on what kind of work you're doing,
Yep.
and the kind of work that you're trying to get. Now, I love what Bill was just saying about just keeping things clean. Talking about marketing and branding and doing it for less money. I mean, what's cheaper than just keeping your truck clean and organized? It doesn't cost you anything. I mean, you should be doing that anyway. And that is actually a marketing technique. It's something that demonstrates your brand, and it says a lot about your company, right? So that's a perfect example of what we're talking about tonight.
Chris, another example is just like the shirt that I'm wearing. Let me go back to my picture here so I can see myself. You can see, like you're wearing your shirt, right? Nice embroidery. So my wife has a Cricut machine. So we buy these shirts at Adidas or whatever store it is, and she does the logo. Then we put the flag on the sleeve, show that it's American made. Over here, like this one, I've got the Inc. 5000. But the one that gets the most views is the back. I put the website on the back because people won't stare at it when they're looking at you face to face. But if you're standing in line for a coffee or anything in line, going into a theater and you're wearing this, they'll read your website and it'll just memorize in it. So I would put whatever you can on your back. They have no problem staring and reading as much as possible on your back. Same thing on your installers. The whole day they're installing at somebody's house, that's a billboard. Their back is a billboard. So you can say we do mirrors, sliding doors, closet door, whatever else you do, put on their back. They're going to say, oh, I didn't know you did wine closets. Why not?
So what did you
something else that we do too is I get business cards for all my technicians and have them liberally leave them on counters, pass them out. Same thing, just dropping your name everywhere, along with what you said, Bill, a shirt, something with your company name, logo, website, whatever on it, but business cards to be able to hand out everywhere. We've done that for years.
Yeah. Again, you got to know your market and who you're selling to. Our age group, your age group, my age group, we're used to business cards. The younger crew are not. It's like, I got an iPhone and let's bump and we'll share contacts because I'm not dealing with business cards. I'll just put you in my phone. That's okay too. But you still got to you got to set yourself out. And people do remember business cards. They really do.
Yeah.
So like Chris, I'm trying to see who else is on here. This group is growing pretty good. Ask somebody like Billy or Steve or whatever. You guys using business cards, brochures, or nothing? Are you going digital?
Hey, speaking of business cards, so here's my business card. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. There it is.
I got it. Yeah, perfect.
So when they started coming out with this gold foil cards, this was like, I don't know, this might have been 10 years ago now. Time goes by quick. But these cards are like 4 times as expensive as a regular card. But if you're going to buy business cards and you want to present, a really professional, really polished brand, go ahead and spend some money on your business cards. I mean, it's going to take you a long time to go through 1,000 cards. And it's worth the extra $50, $100, $200, if you're talking about something that's going to take you 5 years to give away anyway. Spend some money on your business cards, because I give people my card and they go, wow, that's a nice business card. And
Pull that back up.
That's the kind of response you're going to want to get. Let me see.
Now flip it over.
Hold on a minute now. Okay, here we go.
So flip it over, Chris.
There's no back.
Why?
Yeah.
Because that's where you put your QR code on the back and then
Yeah.
send them to your website, send them
Yeah.
to everything that you do, introduce yourself.
Yeah, I mean, the next time I get them made, I might do that. But I mean, it's like it takes, I buy 1,000 cars. It takes me forever to give them away. End up using them for shims on the job site.
Yeah, right. The most expensive shims out there. But classy, very classy.
Exactly. Hey, we were talking about the QR code, and I went ahead and pasted a URL in the chat room. I also pasted it over in the group to the QR code generator that I use. And the website's called the QR code generator.com. So if you are just a little bit techie like me, I mean, I'm not like super techie, but I'm just techie enough to be dangerous. You know what I mean? So if you're like me and you want to play around with it, you can go there and make these QR codes for free. And it can point to a web page. It can point to your Facebook page or your Instagram, any URL, any web address. I think you can even make it like call, phone call. Call your phone number. I mean, I think there's all kinds of different things you can do. But mess around with it.
Now that they've made your cameras to where they can scan those QR codes, you can shoot those QR codes from a long ways away.
Yeah,
and pick them up. It's pretty neat.
Right, and it used to be that you had to switch over to an app that read the codes, but now they've got them all built into all the cameras and all the phones. So it's like it'll automatically notice there's a QR code in the frame and try to scan it.
Those are big deals, and they're very, very, very powerful. And basically free, or just about free. What else did anybody else send anything into you?
No, just you, Bill.
For marketing?
You're the only one who does your homework.
Come on, guys.
You're
All right,
like the best student ever.
I don't do much.
All right, I got a really good one, and this is great, and it costs you little. Like, we buy a lot of trucks, and I would assume everybody here has a glass truck, and you probably have a particular vendor that you go to, whether it's your Ford dealership, your Chevy dealership, whatever it is. When you buy a truck, take a picture of that truck, print a letter to your salesman, thanking him and showing him how you use the truck, put it in a frame and give it to him. He will hang it in the showroom. And every other contractor that goes in there to buy a truck will see your company, your picture, and everything. And this guy is just so proud that he sold it to My Shower Door or whatever your company is. He'll put it right out in the showroom for everybody to see, which tells the world what a great salesman he is. And they're going to see your truck, and every contractor that you want to do business with is going to see it. And it costs you nothing. I mean, that's guerrilla marketing at its best.
Dude, that's beyond guerrilla marketing, man. That is sheer genius. Are you guys listening? Are you taking notes? This is like absolutely brilliant. Thanks,
It is.
Bill.
It works amazing. It did it. So our sales cars, we buy all American vehicles. So I have Ford Transits and Chevy either. It used to be a Cruze. Now we're doing Malibus. So my Chevy dealership, he's probably got 3 of these in their showroom. Right? It's the largest Chevy dealership in Southwest Florida. And they've got 3 pictures that we've sent to them in their showroom. And we're the only company that does it. It's like unbelievable. So whoever you buy your trucks from, and it makes them feel great that a company went out of their way to send a thank you for treating them so well. Of course, they're going to post it up there.
Wow. Yeah, that's great. I mean, I would have never thought of something like that. That's brilliant.
So simple. So simple. So the other thing is just being involved. Okay, so I'm lucky where I've got other people to do things. Chris, you're a one-man show, so you can't be involved in community things as much. But when you start getting involved with community things, your name gets spread like crazy. So if you get to yourself where you've got a couple of crews and you've got a salesman on the road and you're doing a strategic planning, that's where you can get involved with your local chambers or economic development councils or even school departments and mentor kids about being entrepreneurs. And they'll bring tours to your place, absolute tours. And you know, every student's going to go home and tell their parents, and the parents are going to tell their parents. So it would be the student's grandparent that we got a tour of this place. I've never been to a glass shop. They let me cut mirror. They let me break a piece of glass, and it was so much fun. That's another way of spreading your thing, and it costs you nothing but time.
Yeah, you know, Bill, last week you talked about the idea of going to the golf course when there's a tournament and putting a piece of glass out there with your logo on it that people could hit balls at and try to break, you know, and if you can use either like a windshield or like a shower door, just, you know, a scratched or mismade, you know, piece of glass that you've got, put it out there and as kind of a fundraiser for charity or something. You know, how much fun is that? You know, I mean, guys love to try to wreck stuff.
I should have sent you the video of it. I sent it to Jim Evans because he was talking about that. We've been doing that for years. You do it on the driving range, and we bought a realtor sign, one of those metal realtor signs. So your sign is, I think it's 24 by 18. So we have 1/4 inch tempered cut, and you slide it in the frame where you'd normally put a realtor sign, and you put a banner or a sign behind it. So when the glass breaks, you just simply replace the glass and leave your sign in place. So your sign's made of corrugated, and it says "break the glass" and presented by My Shower Door or Showcase Shower Doors, and boom, it's there. And people pay $10 to take 3 shots, and it's a fundraiser. Now, if they break the glass, they feel good, and then their name goes in a thing, and they give away 1 gift certificate. They'll pick it out, and you'll get $100 to go to dinner or something like that. But it's a great fundraiser, and your building association will use it. Your Chamber of Commerce will use it. Your local charities, whether it's Make-A-Wish or the Cancer Society, they will all use it. And you don't have to do anything but supply the glass and then pick it up at the end of the day. You put a tarp down on the ground, so when the glass breaks, it just falls on the tarp. You go back at the end of the day with your gloves and a barrel. You roll up your tarp and you throw the trash glass in there, and you pick up your sign, and you're on your way.
Love it.
Ho, wait a minute. Did I just see Joe Flynn enter?
That's
Yep,
me.
that's
Hello.
Joe.
Are you kidding me?
I'm on. Finally.
In the flesh, man.
That's me.
Mr. New England is here.
That's right. How are you guys
What's up,
doing?
Joe?
Hello.
Welcome to the group.
Thank you. Yeah, it's cool. You guys bring up some really good points. I've honestly never even thought about doing a QR code ever. And that's such a good idea. Like,
it's so
unbelievably good idea.
It's
And not
so
only
easy.
that, you can tell them ahead of time what to expect. You know, it's just, it alleviates so much phone call time, you know, and especially when you have that page that you were talking about where they could fill out and email it to you right off of that QR code. That saves so much time. So much time.
You could be doing estimates in your truck.
That's what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
an unbelievable time saver. And that's more likely than not the biggest time waster, is just chasing quotes and trying to, you know, follow up on leads and all that stuff, where if these people already know ahead of time what to expect, they could just fill that out and send it. It's a no-brainer. It's such a good idea. Such a good idea.
Thank you. You can put that on your business card too. So Chris is talking about business cards. Flip it over on the back. You could have 5 QR codes all going to different landing pages. So, I mean, you could do a whole seminar on sliding doors as opposed to a swing door, steam showers, anything, your technique of why you're different than ABC Glass down the street.
Absolutely.
You know, set yourself apart.
That's
So
unbelievable.
It's just so powerful.
Unbelievable. I love it. I joined up right for that, and that I had to join off of that. That was awesome. Really,
Sweet.
That got you on board, huh?
it did. That's
Chris,
such
I
a
feel
good
so
idea.
happy. I've been trying to get Joe on here for probably, 3 months?
A long time, that's for sure. A long,
Yeah.
long time.
Joe, just so you know, you see Christina here and Mike. I met them both at the Glass Show in Atlanta. Asked
Oh,
them
nice.
to join. They've been on for a couple of weeks now.
Where are they from?
Well, Christina's Atlanta. Christina, just introduce yourself to Joe.
Hey, Joe. Yeah, I'm in Atlanta. I'm in Atlanta, Georgia, and we're Shower Door Guy. And my dad and I run a business together.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's
That's
a lot of
awesome.
fun.
Yeah. I'm not sure how big you guys are. I know Bill is super big, but I like to not oversee, but I like to keep the quality at the highest possible level, and growing to the point. I mean, Bill grew to a point where he has a whole mess of employees, but I feel like more likely than not taking away from Bill at all, but more likely than not, people like the quality over how fast you can get certain things, or how, can you just pump all this out for me, or blah, blah, blah. I feel like staying smaller is almost better in terms of quality. And I feel like they'll just keep coming back, because I have contractors that I started 5 years ago. I built this business about 5 years ago. And from that 5 years, I haven't lost a single contractor to anybody, and it's just the quality aspect of just keeping the quality as high as possible. I feel like that trumps everything. It doesn't matter how big you are, as long as the quality is there. That's personally, I think that's the best thing going, it's just keeping that quality at the highest level.
Joe, there's a lot of people on here that are just like you. I mean, Chris himself is a one-man show.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
And it's all
That's
about
tiresome.
quality. It's all about quality.
Absolutely.
Steve Nunn's just getting started. And Steve, how many guys have you got? Now he's in San Antonio, right?
It's just me and a helper.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's how I was. Honestly, I have 2 vans, one for me and one for my other crew. So it's just me and a helper and then another crew, So there's nothing wrong with that. And you can make a fantastic living off of just 2 vans.
I'm a fireman, so this is my side business.
Oh, yeah. We've talked before. Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, you're just like me. I have 2 guys and that's it.
Yeah.
It's my brother and I, and he works from home. I'm in the office, and we're a full service glass shop. So
that's fantastic.
I was going to say, he's full service. Joe, are you doing mirrors too?
Oh yeah, I do.
And glass railings,
mirrors, shower doors. So my thing is, I don't do anything that doesn't make me money. So I'm not going to screw with windows. I'm not going to do like little cabinet glass that's an hour away. Yes, you're a business, and yes, you're a glass company, but you have to know when to say no. Yeah. It's not worth the time. It's not worth the money, because at the end of the day, we're here to make money. Like, we're not doing it just because, I like it, but I don't like it that much, like I'm not going to go an hour and a half out of my way to really make nothing, because how much money could you possibly make off some cabinet glass that's that far away? You can't charge enough, Right. So it's like, that's another big hurdle that I had to come across, is when to say, no, I can't go that far, especially for contractors that have used me in the past and they're building something 2 hours away. And I'm like, you're going to have to find somebody else up that way, because it's not worth the time. That's the hardest thing, is saying no. I found throughout everything in this business.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Well, that's a really good way to do a little bit of marketing too. And maybe this is a little controversial, but if somebody's out of our service area, we refer another glass guy who's out there, and then they refer people to us. So it's like a really nice relationship that we create with people locally, because there's enough business for us all to go around. And, when you create that, you have like this steady stream of business coming in. So
I do a lot of my windows. I'll just hey, I got a buddy that does windows, so let me give you his number, and then I'll get phone calls from people that he gave my number to do shower. They want showers, so it's a two-way street.
Absolutely. That makes perfect sense. I do the same thing that Christina said. I have some guys, well, Massachusetts is fairly small compared to where you guys are, but still 2 hours away is 2 hours away, and I have guys north of Boston and out west, I just call them up. Like, hey, do you guys want it? It's yours. I don't want anything for it. Just take it. Here's the guy's number. Have fun.
Yeah, because if you go that far away, then you're leaving all your work that you could be doing in your area,
Yep, absolutely.
Just like I had a lady call me from Chris's area, and I said, that's too far to go, and I referred her to Chris,
Absolutely. Because you go that far. Okay, so say you do take it, but then you go that far. How many jobs are you going to do other than that one?
Right. And
during the day,
you're leaving work behind that you could do in your area.
Right. Instead of you're going to do one where you could do 4 locally. So you're actually losing a lot of money if you think about it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And God forbid you have a warranty 2 hours away.
You're going to have a warranty issue 2 hours away.
Yeah.
It always happens.
We got the warranty. It's called a taillight warranty.
Yeah, right.
When it disappears, that's it.
Oh, I wish.
Yeah, right.
I wish.
Nah, it doesn't work that way.
It doesn't.
No.
But I wish it could. But that's okay.
Yeah.
That's why people
It worked that way for a while, but not for very long.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I mean, my policy is to go 1 hour. So it's like I don't care where it is. If it's within an hour from me, then I'll go there, and if not, I just say no. And it's crazy because the more I say no, the busier I get. It is just the most crazy thing, I mean, the phone rings like crazy because I can say yes to all those things that I want to do, and the more I say yes to the stuff that I love to do and that I can do and that I excel at, the more word gets out that, hey, this is the guy you want to call to do that kind of stuff, And I mean, I'm within an hour of Tim. I think I'm within an hour from you.
Yeah, you're about an hour.
I'm within an hour
on a good traffic day.
Yeah, on a good traffic day.
Your traffic sucks over there. I mean, that's why I won't go over there.
So where are you in relation to Chris? Are you south or north or?
I'm in Monterey. Monterey Peninsula.
South of me.
South. I'm south of him. And a normal driving day, I can get over to Watsonville in an hour. But the traffic just sucks. I mean, and if you want to go to Santa Cruz, that's even worse. So.
Yeah, you got to time it right. That's for sure.
Oh yeah. But, I go out to Salinas. I go out to Oak Hills, Prunedale, and stuff. That's easy, but. The turn you make that left turn going towards Watsonville, the traffic just stops.
I feel you. Traffic in Boston's no better, especially with our roads. It makes you want to kill yourself. Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, I thought Miami was bad. Boston is just shoot me.
Yeah.
The streets weren't made for cars; they were made for horses' carriage.
Right.
Everything is one way. It's just often if you get into downtown Boston.
Just like today, I went from East Boston back to the South Shore. It's only 32 miles. Took me an hour and 42 minutes.
Yeah.
It's horrible. Yeah.
Yep.
So one thing I did early on when I was before I really had much resources is I made a couple of signs. I made a couple of sandwich board signs. And, I got them professionally made so that they were, I don't want just cardboard, like people use on the side of the freeway, asking for dollars, whatever.
Yeah.
No, but I got a nice sign and a sandwich board. And then when I did a job, I'd leave the sign out in front of the place where I was working, so at least people driving by could see my logo and my phone number and call. But of course, I don't spend that much time at any one job. So I started looking for vacant lots where I could just, just leave it for a while, maybe leave it for a few days.
Oh, you like the glass guru.
Yeah. So, this is this is like old school guerrilla marketing, you know. Just find that place where there's a stop sign and a vacant lot where people are sitting there waiting on a traffic signal is even better because they have to sit there for a minute. And this was back before people were looking at their phones all the time, you know.
Yeah.
And they didn't have anything to look at, so they just look around, see my sign sitting there. I think I got one stolen, you know, but
Or ran over.
or ran over or something. But that was a good cheap way to get some, you know, just get some exposure.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. How much would you spend to come up with something really clever? I mean, if this was going to go over the top or explode for you, because I've got an idea, I'm leading up to it, so I'm setting you up, all right? What would you spend for a marketing idea that would really take you over the top in your area?
Start the bidding at $1,000.
Okay, that's twice what I thought you were going to say. So I figured you'd say about $500.
500. What are you getting for that?
$500.
Okay, Chris, you'll appreciate this. We had a contest to create a jingle for our company, and then we would pay the winner $500. You wouldn't believe the amount of people that would send in applications and they would create a jingle. There's a lot of musicians around there. They're like picking on the guitar or singing or whatever it is. It's like their own tryout, and they would get paid. And you would pick one. Now you could set it up if you have enough, you know, whatever connections you have in your community, you can really set it up big time. Where you can say, okay, at this amphitheater on this night, we'll have open tryouts, almost like The Voice. And we're going to, you know, show off your talent and create a jingle. Or if you had a jingle, have them do your jingle in a different variation, whether it's a acoustic or country or whatever, and pay people for that. But the exposure you'll get on that would be incredible.
That's a great idea.
That is another brilliant idea, man.
Yeah, I mean, Chris, you were in music. I mean, you know, how many, like if somebody gave you that opportunity, because you're playing your guitar, just practice it, you say, well, why not? I'll play with it. I'll throw my hat in the ring. Exactly. Right? I'll throw my hat in the ring. But just the exposure, and then other musicians will tell other ones, hey, you know, this guy's paying $500 for this. And you're going to get, you know, you could be like Folgers Coffee. If you ever Google Folgers Coffee, I think they have 5 variations of the same jingle. You know, it's Folgers in your cup. They have an acoustic version, like a very laid back one. They have a country version. They have one that's more upbeat with Folgers in your cup. It's brilliant. You could do the same thing for your company. I'm creating a jingle. I'll pay $500 to any musician that would like to, you know, if I pick you, you know, you won't pay it to every musician, or you could turn around and say, I'll pay $50 for every entry. You could do it that way too, and get 10 or 20 or 30 entries. And you can put it on Facebook, and you can go to the musical groups, just join that group and put it out there, or those community groups. You go to something like Nextdoor and put an ad out, hey, looking for a musician to create a jingle. The exposure you'll get is amazing.
An unbelievable idea. And $500 can go a long way to somebody, especially a musician.
Yes. It's a whole night gig, and they can do it at home.
That's right.
And
it probably won't take them that long to do either.
And they'll be really proud of it. Yeah.
Just something simple like that is a steal to pay for a jingle.
Yeah, when you said 1,000, I'm going, my God, this is perfect. You fell right into the trap, Chris. Thank you.
How much do you think Folgers paid?
Oh, thousands.
Oh, thousands. Tens of thousands. Yeah, crazy. But how often is that burned into your brain? That stupid song.
Yeah.
I sing it to myself sometimes without, I don't even know why. I'm just making coffee. Yeah.
If you get a good jingle, it sticks forever. Forever. We created a jingle, I don't know, maybe 6-7 years ago. And I'm going through it right now. And it's funny. I've got the vocal only track. So we took out all the instruments and just the vocal. And I started playing it on News Talk Radio. So all during the day they're hearing it. All of a sudden they hear this beautiful voice singing a cappella our jingle. And that's it for 30 seconds. That's all they hear. And the response has been incredible because it's something different. It stands out in the crowd. So it's just something different. That's what you got to do in marketing. Stand out in the crowd. Just do something different. The thing at the golf tournament, people love that. Love to break the glass. Everybody likes to break glass, right?
Of course, that's fun.
Yeah, take a shot at it. It's simple. And if you set it up right, you don't even have to be there. The people that run the charity, you just give them the glass and you tell them what to do. They'll set it up, they'll take it down, and they'll pass out your literature. They're the one that's making the money on it. You're just getting all the notoriety for supplying a couple of pieces of 1/4-inch tempered.
Easy.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's possible to break a piece of 1/4-inch tempered with a golf ball.
Oh yeah, it is.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
Depending
yeah.
on who's hitting it.
I'll send you the video.
Awesome.
We every tournament we do, we probably get 4 or 5 people during the tournament. We set it up on the practice range, and usually on the shotgun tournaments, practice range is near the first tee, right? So when they do a shotgun start, everybody stops at the range before they go back to number 1. They throw $10 in, $10 from every person. So there's a $40 a group, and they probably have 40 groups out there. So they're making some pretty good money off of it.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Great
And
idea.
You can do the same variation with kids if you want to go to a baseball camp and have them throw a ball at a piece of glass, you know, and set it up a little further away. So you can go to little leagues. You can do all sorts of things with that.
Years ago, we had Spyglass Hills out here in Pebble Beach. And they called up and they ordered like 40 pieces of 1/8-inch glass, like, I don't know, 3x3. Delivered out there. I didn't know what they were doing with it, but they had a youth golf clinic, and they set up just like you
Yep.
did,
Yep.
and the kids were breaking the glass with golf balls. They did the same thing.
I'll send you the video for next week, Chris, so you can play it.
Excellent.
I've probably got
Great.
10 or 12 where the guys break the glass, and it's really cool. But again,
And I
you can
thought, oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I'll say you can do it for baseball. You could actually do it for soccer. You know,
Yeah.
you just don't use 1/4, go to 3/16 or just get some scrap glass from your supplier. You can get it annealed if you want. You don't have to do tempered.
No.
It's fun
Actually,
when it explodes, though.
yeah, it is. But
Yeah.
you can do annealed and it still sounds pretty darn good.
Yeah.
You know, be a little bit more careful. Make sure that people wear gloves when they change it out. But you could have a lot of fun with that and get great exposure.
Something that Brad and I really enjoyed at the glass show was the glass ping pong table.
Yeah.
I don't know if you all saw that, but my sister went to the University of Georgia and I went to Georgia Tech, and we're rivals, I guess you could say, if our football team was a little bit better. But we were thinking we might make one and then donate it to the Alumni Association, and then that would be amazing exposure. So could be fun. I don't know. I liked the ping pong table there, so I thought that was cute.
You can make
Yeah,
those.
you know, Dustin made that ping pong table. I'm pretty
That's
sure.
what I thought. Yeah.
He did.
You could touch base with him, and he'd
Oh,
probably give
yeah,
you some
for
ideas
sure.
about it.
For sure.
There's also a golf company. The name is leaving me right now. It's actually a guy's name. They actually have them in every one of their locations. Similar design, steel and glass, and they actually sell them on their website. Quite expensive, about a $15,000 table, but yeah, they're a really nice showpiece. But yeah, Dustin could probably give you some tips and tricks on those things.
That's awesome.
And Christina, you know, the cornhole boards are really popular. It's a lot less to make, and they're really popular, and you can do multiples.
That's
So
a good
that's a-
idea too. That's a
that's
great
a-
idea.
That's a great idea.
Yeah. I mean, you guys can make it in your shop on scrap glass, especially if you have the UV glue, because you cut some triangular pieces for the sides and UV glue it to the board with a hole in it. It's done.
Easy.
You can
Yeah,
do
no,
that
that's
with
an awesome
scrap
idea.
glass. Yeah. You can make
What
it
are
out
you
of
talking
mirror.
about making, Bill?
You know, the cornhole boards, you throw the bags.
Okay, yeah.
They're normally a plywood board with a,
Yeah.
I think it's a 4-inch hole in it.
Hmm.
I mean, that's really popular for a lot of the local bars. You can actually supply it at the bars, but see, the bars aren't our clientele of people. I would go to the gated communities where they have the bocce courts or something like that and provide it there.
Clubhouse.
Yeah, a clubhouse. Now that's another thing that we've done also. Down here in Florida, there's a lot of gated communities have golf courses. So we'll sponsor the water cups, the styrofoam cups. Just put your logo on the cup, and we tell the courses that we'll pay for the cups. Just put our cups out there, and they love it. Says that's an expense they don't have to pay. You supply the little styrofoam cups for the water, and they'll put your advertising out there.
Huh?
You can buy their pencils for the scorecards. Just little things like that. It's great advertising.
Well, and speaking of gated communities and neighborhoods and things like that, so there's it's like a retirement neighborhood community, and Brad and I are setting up a booth at their little community. I don't know, they have like a vendor show this weekend, and we're going to do a promotion if they, schedule a consultation with us, which is free. We'll give them some kind of free upgrade, and that'll hopefully get a ton of sales, because once we're in the door, obviously you guys know how it goes. Things go pretty well. So anyway, and we know like every house is essentially the same floor plan, so we know exactly what shower it is, kind of thing, and easy peasy.
Are you guys a vendor for an account holder with some sort of like glass coating, like Clear Shield or Diamond Fusion or something? You are.
Yes, so we actually just moved from Clear Shield to Enduro Shield. Whether or not that's, actually better, it's probably largely the same thing. But, they sold us on it pretty good. So we feel pretty good about Enduro Shield. But Clear Shield's been working for my dad for like 10 years. So
Yeah, I was going to say that's a very minimal expense that you could, because you can get how many showers out of a bottle of Clear Shield or whatever it may be.
Yeah. Oh,
you
yeah.
get a ton of showers. So that's something that you won't you won't see it affect your pocket at all. And that's
Right.
something, that people love because they don't have to clean it,
Mhm.
So you could just give that as a freebie, like that upgrade. And you can just say it's $250 to coat the shower, but we're going to give you this free if, but it costs you
Nothing. I mean,
$15 in the amount that you use.
sure. Yeah. So that's actually exactly what we'll do. And then maybe like a free handle upgrade or something like that, as long as it's, 8 inches or.
Yeah, reasonable. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Christina, how many gated communities do you have in your area?
So many.
Okay, good.
So many, hundreds.
What you got to do is what we found out. You know who the most popular person is in those communities? Is the guy at the gate. Get him donuts and you give him a stack of your business cards, because people use them as the concierge. Hey, who do you know that comes in here that does shower doors? Who do you know? And he'll just hand out your cards.
Brilliant. Oh my gosh, I'm writing this down. That's brilliant.
This dude's got like a million of them, man. I mean,
Yeah,
we
handed
do like
we
this
handed
all
out
night
hats.
long.
I go to the gate guys and hand them hats.
Yes.
Ask them if they need any plexiglass for their desks.
Yes.
That's what when we go in the communities, I always keep hats in the back of the truck and toss some of the gate guys. It also makes it easier when they know you. They don't make you go around to the commercial gate. They'll let you go through the main gate, so it cuts down 15 minutes of driving. So
Yes.
Smart.
All right, Billy, I love it.
So these gated communities you go to, are you going back and replacing something that was put in originally, or?
Most of the time, yes.
Yeah, because they're crap.
Most of the time, the builder put the frame door in when it was under construction.
Yeah,
And
and
it's 10, 12, 15 years old. And yeah, we're doing a removal and a reinstall.
yeah, we get that here too. Or
Sure. Even the high
typically our
rises.
gated communities, we're doing new construction. These are kind of our higher end communities. So we're dealing with our contractors we have relationships with. So that's what we're typically doing.
Yeah, I mean, we're doing that too, Billy, right? But you know, on the older communities where these are 20 years old and the people are ready for renovations. And I'm finding that they all go to the guard station and say, hey, who do you know in here is doing bathroom remodeling, doing tiling, doing glass?
Yeah.
And just leave them your cards and give them some donuts. Home run.
Good idea. Absolutely.
Home
Now,
run.
with the residential like homeowner calls versus contractors. So personally, as of right now, I am not taking any homeowners for the time being unless there's a contractor involved or they've been recommended by somebody that I know.
What's your rationale? Why?
So from what I've noticed, just maybe it's just up here, there's a lot of people that are very, they're not picky, but the hand holding is a tremendous time loss to me. And since I'm small and I have one crew plus me, that my time is worth way more than, you know, so the contractors, they already know what they want. It's like, hey, Joe, here's the lockbox code. Here's your address. Go measure them, go order them. You know, there's not, hey, well, I want to see this glass and I want to see this glass and I want to see all the handles and I want to see all the different colors that you supply. And I want, you know, maybe I don't want to do a door and a panel. Maybe I want a 3-panel, or maybe what about a header system or pivot door? You know, there's too many options and too much time wasted on just one specific customer. If I had more crews or more employees, that would be different. But
Yeah.
for the time right now, contractors already know. They want not the cheapest way out, because a lot of guys up here, they don't mind paying as long as it's really nice, you know. But just for the time being, I just push the homeowners aside. I have more time to myself and we're actually doing more business because the contractors just don't give me one. There's like 4, 5, 6 per building that they're building. So it's worth more to go do 6 than to go to one job, or even 6 different homeowners, and all that time talking to them and holding their hand, where I could go to that one building and do all 6 and just be done.
Sure.
You know, so I'm just curious of what you all are doing with that kind of situation.
I do both.
Both.
I go to the homeowners.
Mhm.
I tell them what I'm going to do, and this is the only way I'll do it. And they'll say, well, I want something else. I'll tell them, you make enough phone calls, you can find somebody to do it. And I price it out, and I get I get them all.
Mhm.
And then I went to some guy the other day, and he's a do-it-yourself, and I walked in, looked at the shower, and I just cringed. Like, I really want to do this. I mean, it was a disaster, you know.
Yeah.
So I do price it out. I will just jack it up, so hopefully I don't get it. But then I get contractors, and I deal with them. So,
Joe, I don't disagree with your philosophy. For the situation you're in, that works perfect for you. Everybody has a different scenario. Guys like Billy that have a showroom where those customers can come in and get their hand held, it's a perfect thing, because you got to realize it's a good cash flow when you're dealing with homeowners where you're getting 50% up front, 50% immediately on completion, as opposed to some builders where you're waiting 30, 60, or 90 days to get your final payment.
You're very right.
yeah.
So there's a good mix. Now, you've got such a great relationship with the contractors you have. You probably have no problem with collections. They'll probably cut you a check the day you finish the job. I think that's a perfect scenario for you. But if you wanted to grow and you wanted to be able to sell the add-on, spend the time holding hands and sell those add-ons, there's a lot of money to be made there. A lot of money.
I don't doubt that.
But you got to build to that. So what you're doing is building to that. There's
Right.
nothing the matter with what you're doing. You're very successful at what you're doing, and that's good. That's
Yeah.
what this group is about. We're all coming at it from different angles. And that's the beauty of it. You can do that and still be successful.
Yeah.
And still be professional.
Yeah,
Well,
you know, and the secret to marketing, one secret to marketing is that is targeting a group, right? And the saying goes, if you're selling to everybody, you're selling to nobody. I mean, you have to pick a group that you're really targeting, or else you're wasting, you know, your efforts by just, you know, scattershot everything everywhere, So just recognizing who you want to do work for and then targeting that group of people makes you so much more successful. And it's like Bill always talks about, the Pareto principle, the 80-20 rule. It's like, 80% of your income is coming probably from 20% of what you do. And you can just figure out what that is, man, you can be really profitable. And I'm thinking about maybe next week having that as a topic, talk about the difference between working with homeowners rather than contractors or even designers. Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's terrible.
That's a terrible can of worms.
Even Bill's cringing.
Desecrators.
I know.
But anyway, give that some thought. And hey, thanks for showing up, everybody. Good seeing you, Joe. I'm glad you joined us tonight, man.
You guys as well.
We're here every Wednesday.
Chris, I want to make sure and compliment you on your beautiful video tonight and the quality of your camera that we didn't get to see last week. So I want to make sure and make a point on that.
Thanks so much. I worked extra hard. And I know it's a shame when you guys can't see me, so
I appreciate it.
I know you want to. Hey, have a great evening, everyone. We'll see you next Wednesday.
Till next week.
Good night, guys.
Right on,
Good night,
everyone.
everyone.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Good night.